As package theft surged in her neighborhood, one resourceful housewife decided she'd had enough. Alina, a former engineer now a stay-at-home mom, was tired of watching her deliveries vanish off her porch. The tipping point came when a package intended for her daughter, Maya, disappeared. Though she lived in a quiet, seemingly safe neighborhood, Alina's security footage had repeatedly captured the same hooded figure taking her packages, skillfully avoiding showing his face. The thief had studied her routine. He only struck when her car was gone, indicating he was watching closely. Her efforts to confront him directly had failed. He always seemed to anticipate her moves. But Alina wasn't easily defeated. Her engineering background, dormant since she left her career to care for Maya during a health crisis, now came to life in her basement workshop. Every night, after her family was asleep, she descended to her workspace, surrounded by wires, circuits, and electronics. There, she toiled away, determined to build a solution. Initially, she considered creating a secure deposit box that would open only when scanned with specific package codes. However, she quickly realized this wouldn't accommodate the varying sizes and shapes of modern deliveries. As she reviewed her past order histories, she noticed weight specifications in delivery notes, a detail that sparked an idea. Weeks of late-night tinkering produced something beyond her initial expectations. The trap was ingeniously simple in appearance. A standard cardboard box sealed with fragile tape, distinguished only by a small metallic circle on its bottom and a discreet pocket near the top. But its ordinary appearance masked something far more sophisticated. To test her invention, Alina began spreading word throughout the neighborhood about an especially valuable package she was expecting. The community buzzed with curiosity. When the date arrived, she disguised herself as a delivery worker and placed her specially prepared box in a precise location on her porch. Now, as police sirens wailed in the distance, converging on her location, Alina knew her trap had worked exactly as planned. The thief had taken the bait, but what consequences awaited him? More importantly, would Alina's innovative solution to package theft land her in legal trouble? Only time would tell if her creation would be celebrated as a breakthrough in fighting porch pirates or condemned as vigilant justice. The true genius of her invention remained to be seen, but one thing was certain: this housewife's determination to protect her family's deliveries had led to something far more significant than she had initially imagined. Whatever happened next would surely change the landscape of package security forever. Earlier that day, Alina had visited a local coffee shop for lunch while monitoring live camera footage on her phone. She had positioned the camera to capture both the package and the entrance to her porch. Suddenly, she noticed movement. A man in a dark hoodie and denim jeans approached her porch, glanced around quickly, and seized the package. Alina held her breath, anxiety creeping in. What if her plan failed? What if she should have tested it more thoroughly? She desperately hoped her innovations would function as intended, and that she'd finally catch the culprit. The sharp sound of her alarm shattered the suburban calm, echoing against the walls of neighboring homes. Designed to alert and deter, the alarm performed its role flawlessly. The thief, caught off guard, froze momentarily, his eyes darting as he evaluated his options. Should he drop the package and flee, or risk it all? That split second felt like an eternity. Ultimately, the thief decided. He clutched the package tightly to his chest and bolted down the pathway, determination evident in his every stride. Curious neighbors emerged, trying to grasp the source of the commotion. The thief's silhouette faded from the camera's view, but the alarm's blare lingered in the air. Watching remotely, Alina felt a mix of frustration and hope. The alarm had done its job, but the thief had escaped. Still, she knew this was just the beginning, and her other innovations would soon come into play. This was the moment she had been waiting for, and she was determined to see it through. Outside, the alarm's effects were still apparent. Groups of neighbors had gathered on the sidewalk, animatedly discussing the situation. Mr. Harris, always eager to enhance his home security, exclaimed, "That thing sure made a noise. Where can I get one?" Several neighbors nodded, expressing interest in her innovative device. Meanwhile, Alina's phone buzzed discreetly in her bag, filling with notifications about her other security measures. The real game had just begun. Within minutes, the sound of police sirens filled the air. 2 patrol cars arrived, their blue lights flashing brightly on the street, as officers quickly exited and moved toward the gathering crowd. Their presence intensified the tension while also instilling a sense of authority. "What happened here?" Officer Morales asked. Alina stepped forward, introducing herself as the homeowner and the inventor of the alarm system. She explained her invention's purpose, operation, and the motivation behind its creation. Officer Miller, visibly impressed but cautious, raised an eyebrow. "Alina, it's innovative, but we advise against taking matters into your own hands. It can be dangerous." She sensed their skepticism, a mix of admiration for her creativity and concern about the potential consequences. He added, "This isn't a game, and criminals can be unpredictable." The police began their investigation, cordoning off certain areas and collecting information. Some officers took notes as witnesses recounted their observations, with a few embellishing the thief's appearance and actions. Inside her home, Alina sat with Officer Morales to file an official report. She described the package, the thief, and the time of the incident, deliberately omitting details about her other innovations. After submitting the completed report, she felt a blend of relief and excitement. This was just one phase of her plan, and she was ready for the next steps. Once the police departed, Alina hurried to her home office. The screen flickered on, revealing a map of the town where a pulsating dot indicated the tracker hidden in the stolen package. As it began to move, her heart sank when it settled at its destination, just a few streets away. "How can it be so close?" she whispered, shock evident in her voice. The realization struck hard. The thief was a neighbor. She zoomed in on the map, letting the name of the street resonate within her. "Elm Street, Adam's house," she exclaimed. Alina had known Adam for years. They had shared countless community events and barbecues together. A whirlwind of emotions enveloped her: anger, betrayal, confusion. Should she confront Adam directly and give him a chance to explain, or would it be wiser to inform the police? Just then, her husband Ben walked into the room, sensing the weight of the situation. Ben advised, "We need to approach this carefully, not impulsively." They discussed their options, and by the end of the night, a plan began to take shape. Years ago, Adam had been a pillar of the community, always ready with a joke and willing to lend a helping hand. Those memories played in Alina's mind like a montage, starkly contrasting with the image of the man she had just tracked stealing from her porch. She recalled the Adam who had repaired her fence and cheered the loudest at community events. Now, that trust and camaraderie felt irreparably shattered. Rumors had circulated about Adam losing his job and accumulating debts, placing immense strain on his family. While the community sensed something was off, they remained unaware of the full extent of Adam's struggles. It was heartbreaking to think he had resorted to theft, but desperation often drives people to extreme measures. Alina remembered visiting Adam's home, now in disrepair, and how his once jovial demeanor had grown more subdued, his eyes often avoiding contact. The community's blind eye may have contributed to his decline. The dilemma weighed heavily on her. Exposing Adam could forever tarnish his reputation. Alina knew she needed to act with wisdom and grace. With a heavy heart, she decided on a course of action, hoping to heal what was broken. In the quiet of their living room, Alina turned to her husband Ben, her eyes welling with tears. He wrapped her in a comforting embrace. "It's just not the Adam we knew," he murmured, echoing Alina's disbelief. They reminisced about the countless barbecues, the shared laughter, and the bond they had built. How had their friendly neighbor transformed into the man captured on Alina's security footage? The pain of betrayal cut deep. They pondered whether punishing Adam would truly help or merely push him further into despair. Alina and Ben, burdened by a troubling discovery, confided in close friends. They gathered to discuss their ethical dilemma, and despite differing opinions, a consensus emerged. They would confront Adam privately, offering him a chance for explanation and redemption. They would also set clear boundaries, insisting on professional help. However, Alina felt a deeper responsibility. She worried that her silence might embolden Adam or others like him. With a heavy heart, she decided to contact the local precinct. Hesitating initially, she shared her findings with Officer Morales, emphasizing the shock and disbelief she felt. She pleaded for sensitivity in handling the situation. Morales assured Alina of their understanding and promised a careful approach. The police took a strong interest in Alina's security devices, which provided live tracking and important details. With her help, they started building a clearer picture of Adam's activities. The investigation showed that Adam wasn't just stealing randomly, he had a careful plan. Using Alina's technology, the team tracked his movements, learned his habits, and even widened their search to nearby neighborhoods that had similar issues. To catch him, they set a trap with Alina's alarm system and undercover officers. The plan worked, and Adam was caught with stolen packages on him. The neighborhood was stunned, reacting in different ways. Some saw Adam as a criminal, while others tried to understand his reasons. During questioning, Adam admitted to the thefts, explaining that he was driven by tough circumstances and poor choices. Wanting closure, Alina met with Adam, and they had an emotional conversation. Adam sincerely apologized, and this helped the community start to heal. Alina's security technology, improved with feedback from the police, quickly gained popularity. Though unfortunate, Adam's actions ultimately led to a stronger, safer neighborhood, where trust and technology came together for the common good.